Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is carrying a torch that is keeping a dream alive. She's a prodigy of one of music's most beloved artists and musicians. She's here today to talk about her new album, which was being recorded by her mother before her untimely death. And she finished her mother's album in her memory, who was the legendary Teena Marie. I want you to help me welcome the daughter of Teena Marie, Miss Alia Rose, to the show. Hi, Alia, and welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. And after reading everything, you have been such a busy young lady. And I just first wanted to say to you that I admire your strength and your dedication to finish your mother's album in her honor. And I just want to commend you on that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, I wanted to know, why was it so important to finish this project in your mother's honor?
Well, my mom was working on it at the time of her passing, and I knew how much my mom's music meant to her. And it was never not a doubt in my mind that I had to finish it. You know, I knew what I had to do from this young.
Can you tell us about the album, the title, and some of the inspirations behind the songs?
Yeah, well, my mom, she was moving, I feel, into a more inspirational time in her life. She wanted to inspire people in different ways. Of course, her music always did inspire, but she was actually looking forward to doing an inspirational album after this one and moving into a more jazz direction. And this one, I feel, it's a very spiritual album. I feel you can really feel her soul and her spirit in it. And I think that, I don't know, she was so excited about it. And if you listen to it, it's almost as if you're going on this journey with her to wherever she's going, you know?
Now, can you tell us the title of the album and tell us about some of the tracks on the album? What's the title of the album?
Beautiful. Beautiful is the album. And the album, the title track is about me, and she actually wrote that when we were on an island, and she was watching a friend of mine and I on the beach, and it just it came to her, the whole concept of the album, or the song at least, and how similar we were, and how young and beautiful, I guess, my friend and I were, and what an inspiration that was to her. There's a few. I have a lot of favorites on the album. The Perfect Feeling, I feel, is a very spiritual song. The Definition of Down is a great love song. Love Letter, of course, single, the first single. Wild Horses is the second single, which is a song that was taken from her album Passion Play. Honestly, this album is incredible, the whole thing from start to finish.
Now, I'm sure it's incredible because you also sing on the project, right?
Yes, I'm on 2 songs.
Now, what songs do you sing?
We did a cover of Curtis Mason's Give Me Your Love, and we also did an original song called Rare Breed.
Now, tell me about Rare Breed. Where does that title come from, Rare Breed?
Well, my mom was actually talking about an angel whispering in her ear and the Queen of England and how, you know, we're one of a kind in a sense. You know, the line that we come from is one of a kind.
I also read that on the album, Rick James's daughter, she lends her vocals to the project. How did you two connect for her to sing on the project as well?
She's family. She's also on Rare Breed. That's family right there.
Now, with your mother's passing, with you being such a young woman, and of course, Bobby Christina is coming up on a year since her mother's passing, have you been able to reach out to her and connect with her?
I haven't. I don't know Bobby. But I do definitely wish her the best, and I know how hard it is. And, you know, I hope that she has, you know, people around her that really care about her and want her to do well, because I think that's important, is to surround yourself with people who are positive influences, because it can be such a negative time.
I also read that you opened up a music studio in your mother's honor, and you moved her music equipment in there. Tell us about that for other people to also use the studio as well.
Yes, Chateau Marie will be open actually on Valentine's Day. My partner, Sid the Kid, of Odd Teacher and the Internet, is one of the most amazing people I could have asked to work with, and she's also the engineer. She did Tyler the Creator's Goblin. So it's an interesting mix that we have going, I feel, and I'm really excited about it. And, you know, it's been under construction, and now we're ready to go.
Wow. Now, how would you like to carry on your mother's legacy?
All of a sudden, it's not such a weight on my shoulders. I feel like, you know, with the album, I was really, really scared, and I didn't know, you know, if people were going to like it and if I was doing everything right. And now it's kind of just like I'm moving into a direction where I'm getting older and I'm growing up, and the album is out, and I did it. You know, I didn't know that I could do it, and I finally reached that point, and I'm starting to be a lot more comfortable with myself. And I think being comfortable with myself will be the most important thing, because I can grow with her as well. You know, but I mean, I have to be my own woman, and I have to be my own person, and I feel like, of course, I will always be an extension of her, so of course the legacy will go on, you know?
Right. Now, as a child growing up, when did you realize that your mom was Teena Marie? I know sometimes children, when they grow up in the house and their parents are famous, but when did you realize, wow, my mom is a music legend, Teena Marie? When did that finally hit you?
It probably didn't even hit me until I was a teenager. You know, I mean, like, of course it hit me before then, and I knew that I was different from other kids, and they didn't necessarily go on tour with their parents and stuff like that. But, you know, I didn't really see myself as that different. You know, I thought that it was normal. And then when I didn't realize it was normal, and I finally heard those love songs for the first time, once I had been in love myself, I realized what an amazing thing that she had done, you know, and you know, being a mixed child, I think it's really amazing that she was able to transcend so many barriers at the time, you know, like now it's a lot easier, but back then it wasn't, and that's also something that's really incredible too. She's part of history.
Because growing up, when your mom came out with her first album, we did not know. Everybody thought she was black. I mean,
everyone thought she had individuals and puka shells in her hair. That's what I always hear. They always think she had like individuals and
right. You know, it was like that. You know, it was like, is she white? Is she
yeah,
black?
like she was like poetic justice or something like that.
Right. Do you desire to be a singer or recording artist as well?
I'm an artist. You know, so I want to do a little bit of everything. I want to direct music videos, and I want to direct movies one day, and keep going with my music and be an actress. There's so many different things that I want to do, and you know, I'm finally moving into an area where I'm comfortable in my artistry. You know, because I think being a young person, this world can be so corrupt. You know, and sometimes you don't feel comfortable being different. And I'm okay with being different, and I'm okay with always being, you know, always having my mind going about, you know, something even simple like the paint that I want to change in my house. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm always trying to stimulate my mind in different ways, and definitely keep that going all the time. It's important still.
And can you share with us, with you being a young lady, what is one of the fondest memories that you have of your mother that you can share with us?
I just miss her humor. Like, my mom was really, really funny. Oh, I have one. My mom used to sit in the bathtub and do this really funny baby voice of like a little girl who was a descendant from Hattie McDaniels and Gone with the Wind, and she was like really, really like a little and she would give you Black history lessons in the bathtub. But it was funny because she was like a baby's kid.
So how would you want her to be remembered as we go forward? And we know we have all of your mother's great music. One of my favorite songs was Square Biz. My mother was a huge Teena Marie and Rick James fan, to the point when I was a little girl, my mother's going to be hearing this, I used to hear my mother on the phone calling Motown, asking them when was Rick James and Teena Marie coming to the Oakland Coliseum. So I used to stand at her door and listen. So my mother would always be the first to get tickets whenever they came to town. So how would you want your mother to be remembered?
I just want them to remember her as influential and innovative, and just the artist that she was. Just remember the art. You know, I mean, you can forget her face, you can forget the color of her skin, and you don't have to remember any of that. You can just remember how talented she was.
Right. So where can people pick up the album Beautiful? Can they go online? Is it available in Walmart,
yes.
Targets?
Yes, it's available at Walmart and Best Buy, and also on iTunes and Amazon.
And if people want to follow you, your career, if you're going to be going on tour with the album, maybe sharing some of the songs from the album, is there a place people can keep in contact with you? Are you on Twitter or Facebook or have a website?
I'm on Twitter, and I'm still tweeting from my mom's Twitter as of, recently because of the album. So my mom's Twitter was Miss Teena Marie, and my Twitter is Rose Lebeau, ROSELEBEAU. And my mom's is Miss Teena Marie, like I said, MS Teena Marie.
MS Teena Marie. Well, I want to thank you so much, Alia, for joining me on the show today. It was truly a pleasure having you. You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.